All right, let's talk about money. There's so much noise out there, so many different opinions on what you should be doing. Today, we're going to cut right through all of that. We're building a simple, clear, step-by-step roadmap that tells you exactly what job to give your very next dollar. Let's get into it. Oh man, this question. It hits home for so many of us, right? You work hard, you get your paycheck, you pay your bills, and then poof, the money just seems to evaporate. It creates this constant nagging stress. But what if there was a system, a clear order of operations that could stop that from happening and instead put every single dollar to work in the smartest way possible?
So, before we can build a path forward, we really have to get a handle on where most people are right now. And honestly, for a lot of folks, the financial landscape feels a lot like quicksand. The more you struggle and fight, the faster you seem to sink. Let's just take a quick look at the hard numbers. $9,000. That is the average credit card debt for a household in America. And you've got to understand, this isn't just any old debt. This is the bad stuff. High-interest, soul-crushing debt, often with interest rates over 22%. It's like trying to climb a mountain with a backpack full of bricks. You just can't get ahead.
Okay, now this number. $65,000. At first glance, you might think, hey, that's not so bad. This is the median amount that Americans have saved for retirement. But median just means half have more and half have less. When you think about needing to fund a retirement that could last 30 years, you realize this amount, it's not just small, it's terrifyingly small. And this really shows the scale of the problem. 1 out of every 4 people, a full quarter of the population, has absolutely nothing saved for retirement, not a dime. That means they are 100% dependent on Social Security, which, it pays out on average less than 19 grand a year. Try living on that. So you have to ask, why? Why are these numbers so bad? It's definitely not because people aren't working hard enough. The real issue is that all that hard-earned cash is flowing into things that don't just fail to build wealth, they actively burn it to the ground. Let's look at the number one culprit.
The new car trap. It's so easy to fall into. The average payment is now over $700 a month. And the loans? They're stretched out for 7, sometimes 8 years. And here's the kicker. The second you drive that car off the lot, it loses about 20% of its value, instantly. So you're locked into huge payments on something that is guaranteed to be worth less and less every single day. It's the exact opposite of an investment.
Okay, enough of the doom and gloom. Here's the good news. Escaping that financial quicksand doesn't take a lottery win or some miracle. It just takes a blueprint. We're going to think of it like a financial pyramid that we build from the bottom up, one solid, super logical block at a time. So let's start building. These right here are the first 3 steps. They are completely non-negotiable, and the order is absolutely critical. First, you get a small $1,000 buffer. This is so a flat tire or a leaky pipe doesn't completely derail you and force you into more debt. Step 2, you grab the free money your employer is offering. And then, only then, do you declare all-out war on your high-interest debt. Now, you might be wondering, wait, why get the 401k match before I've paid off all my debt? And the answer is this number. 100%. Your company's match on your 401k contributions is a guaranteed return on your money. It's often 50 or even 100%. There is no other investment on planet Earth that can promise you that. To ignore it is to literally just walk past a pile of free money. The math here couldn't be clearer. Look, we all get excited about maybe earning 10% in the stock market, right? But we forget that we're paying 22% on that credit card balance. Paying off that card isn't just a chore. It's like giving yourself a guaranteed, tax-free, totally risk-free 22% return. No stock market investment can beat that kind of certainty. So, once you've done it, once you've got your starter emergency fund, you're getting your full employer match, and all that nasty high-interest debt is gone, you need to stop and give yourself a huge pat on the back. You've built the foundation. Now, and only now, is it time to start the climb. This is where we start building real, life-changing wealth. And just like before, the order here is everything. We want to prioritize the accounts that give us the biggest leg up with taxes. So first, you max out an IRA, a Roth or traditional, which usually gives you way more investment choices. Then comes what I call the secret weapon of investing, the HSA. After that's maxed out, you circle back to your 401k and fill that up. A regular taxable brokerage account is the very last step. So what makes the HSA so special? It's the only investment account that exists with a triple tax advantage. Think about this.
The money you put in is tax deductible, it grows completely tax-free, and when you pull it out for medical costs, now or in retirement, it's still tax-free. It is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful retirement accounts out there, and most people have no idea it even exists.
So, why are we so obsessed with this specific order? Why does it matter so much which account you fund first? Well, it's because following this system doesn't just make you a little bit richer. It creates this incredible snowball of wealth that just picks up speed and gets bigger and bigger over time. Let me show you what I mean. This right here is the magic of compounding, and it's also the devastating cost of waiting. If you start putting away just $200 a month at age 22, you're on track to become a millionaire. But look, if you wait just 10 years to age 32 and do the exact same thing, you end up with $300,000 less. That decade of waiting literally costs you more than the price of most houses. Time is your greatest asset. And this timeline just shows you that acceleration perfectly. Grinding your way to that first $100,000 is the hardest part. It feels like it takes forever, maybe 8 years. But getting to the next 100,000, that only takes 5 years. After that, the snowball really starts rolling downhill, and the milestones just start flying by, faster and faster. Eventually, your money is working way harder than you are.
Now, let's be perfectly clear about one thing. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's more like a get-rich-for-sure system. It's about taking the guesswork out of it and putting your money on a predetermined path where building wealth isn't some happy accident. It becomes an automatic, almost inevitable result of following the right steps in the right order.
So the next time you get a paycheck, I want you to ask yourself this one simple question. Look back at this pyramid and ask, what is the single most important job for my next dollar? Is it finishing off that starter emergency fund? Is it making sure I get every penny of that free employer match? Is it finally crushing that credit card debt? Knowing the answer to that question, that is the first real step toward true financial freedom.